Hey there, ladies and gentlefolk. Welcome to the Midnight Mashup for the 9th of November. I wrote that weird. Well, this is the first one of these. Here, we're going to be covering all the important stories that you totally need to hear, and some that are not so much. Tonight, possible customizable faceplates for the PlayStation 5, coronavirus wave surging in the US. McDonald's goes rogue, and a Florida man makes a robot to finger his eye. All tonight on the Midnight Mashup. Alright, our top story of the night. We're just going to start grim here, just so that we can build up here. A milestone, not a good one, was reached recently, quite recently. We have reached over 50 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 across the world. And America is making up a fifth of that total number as our national numbers reach over 10 million. Why the fuck is it that big? That is horrendous. Well, I think we all know why. Certain people in power, but yeah, that's horrible to read. That's horrible. A fifth of the whole world of coronavirus, and it's here. If that was in China, we would be saying something very differently now, wouldn't we? And we're just gonna move on from that little notation just so people are up to date with world events. Let's lighten it up a bit with the second one here. Some notes on the PlayStation 5 releasing. I'm really into consoles, video games. If you don't care about the stuff, then, do with that as you will. But I'm going to read this stuff because I'm interested in this. The faceplates of the console. So I don't know if you've seen the PlayStation 5, but it's actually has a multi-tone kind of look to it. It's white and black. It's curvy looking. It's like my women. The faceplates on the console can actually be removed, as well, seemingly, as the black face piece of the DualSense controller, the one that comes with the console. And that's actually pretty cool. That's a little feature that used to be a part of the Xbox 360, customizable faceplates and stuff. So if they do bring that back, that'd be awesome. And seeing as how these features are a part of the console and the seemingly part of the controller, we're going to cover that in a second. That might be pretty cool. So, as I said, as shown in a video, John Glasscock's YouTube video, no, Glasscock's. Sorry, that's probably a very crude way of saying that name. Glasscock. Man, that's gotta be an unfortunate last name. Where, so in his video, with seemingly with not a lot of pressure, he's able to remove that piece of the controller off. And are these things going to be interchangeable and customizable? That's a pretty cool question. I would like to think so. I think Sony would be able to make a lot of money out of that. Being able to customize the very face of your console, your controller, that's pretty sweet. And another quick note on some of the PlayStation 5's controller's abilities. I read in this GameSpot article that the adaptive trigger feature of the DualSense controller is actually being utilized in many different ways. And in this one instance, it's in Fortnite. And it's just a kind of way to describe it for you in case I haven't had my hands on it. I've heard many people describe their experiences with it, and it kind of sounds like it co-aligns with this article's reporting. So in the game Fortnite, like single shot weapons, like rifles, pistols, SMGs, that kind of thing. One shot per trigger kind of guns. That's like a less heavy resistance on the trigger when you pull it, when compared to like more sustained fire weapons, like if you're like charging up a minigun or something. Like when you pull it, it's gonna like feel heavier when you pull it when you shoot that longer sustained weapon, which sounds like a really interesting idea. I think that would be a really cool way to make people feel immersed when you're playing that fucking Fortnite. Anything to talk about Fortnite, right, kids? Luckily, that's not my market. All right, we're gonna head into the next story here of the night. Recently, I'd just like to add my own little anecdote here. I went to McDonald's recently, and I tried to get a like a McMuffin breakfast thing with a with one of those coupons, you know, the ones that they hand out in the newspaper. Like that's news. It is in America, you know, $5.99 for a freaking sandwich. That's literally 2 pieces of bread and an egg. That's news in America. So yeah, I recently went to McDonald's. I tried using this breakfast coupon, but they said they weren't taking it. I was like, what? Like, they aren't you guys doing breakfast all day? And apparently they stopped doing breakfast all day since the pandemic and quarantine and everything. So that sucked. I just went and got a quarter pounder anyway. Fuck it. If I can't get the thing with the coupon, I might as well go all out with it. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. But so another person, I guess, kind of figured that out the hard way, perhaps. But recently, in some Florida news, in multiple Florida McDonald's locations, they've apparently gone rogue in this regard. They have actually been serving the sought out for breakfast items, not during regular breakfast hour times. That meaning ending by 10:30. Just in case you're wondering, in case you need that McDonald's breakfast fix, like I know you crack fiends out there need it. Yeah, 10:30 is your cutoff time. Was this a weird maneuver by the Trump campaign for a voter outreach? That's what my original thoughts were on this, but apparently not. The franchisee owner, Brent Upchurch, he owns 30 McDonald's restaurants. He came out saying, if there's like 50 people wanting an egg McMuffin, I can't do it. I don't want them upset. So that's a very Florida American thing to do, but hey, it makes sense. He wants to make sure his customer base is happy, like any good manager kind of guy would want. And I read further into it, and apparently the rest of McDonald's is thinking about how they are able to make this a more common thing, so it's not just for parts of Florida being able to have breakfast all day. Greedy fuckers. I really like McDonald's breakfast more than most of their normal items, but I think that might just be because I used to work there. So, in another McDonald's related story for tonight, some of you may probably heard about this one over social media, but a man from Toronto got a real treat in his McDonald's order. When ordering an article, it says a chicken burger. What the fuck? Who calls it's McDonald's? You know it's called a McChicken. So when ordering a McChicken, he attempted to order, and he wanted it, quote unquote, without all the salad options. Now, I think he could have maybe phrased that differently, but and you'll see why. For $12.70, that man who asked for a McChicken without all the salad options got a box of ketchup. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think about a McChicken and I think, without the salad options, my first thought is not to include the bun and the chicken on that list. And you got a box of ketchup. There's no ketchup to go with a McChicken in the first place. So I don't know. The person working that night might have been having a bad night, but I don't think that justifies this. You asked for a McChicken without the salad options. I think everyone here would automatically assume that just means take off the lettuce. But because this guy is fucking from Toronto. He didn't really figure that one out because he's too polite. If you were in America and you asked for this, you just say that take the damn lettuce off. That's what we would say in America. But he's from Canada, so there are a lot more pleasant people around there. So, um, yeah, I don't think McDonald's is in the wrong here because who asks for a McChicken without all the salad options? That's just a really stupid way of asking for that. So, some fans of the poster, that would be his wife, on social media, were wondering how one could pay almost $13 for a box of fucking ketchup. And it is because McDonald's doesn't deduct prices from removed ingredients. They'll charge you for, extra patty, extra this, extra that, but they will not deduct prices for ordering a sandwich and getting literally squirts of ketchup. I don't. What the fuck? That's a silly ass story, and I can't believe that actually happened. Well, honestly, I can. I'm beyond thinking that I can't imagine something happening anymore. That part of my life is gone. But never thought I would ever hear that. McChicken without the salad turns into ketchup, apparently. And I'm going to end you off here tonight on the Midnight Mashup with a good old Florida man story. Not your traditional Florida man, but it's a Florida man all the same. So this was actually found on a CNN article, so I'm giving you the real hard-hitting news here. So a man, Craig Hershoff, was diagnosed with Fuchs disease, Fuchs dystrophy. Anybody with that is probably not very happy I said that. He was diagnosed with that in 2000, and he almost lost his eyesight over it. And he had, count them, 3 corneal transplants over the next 10 years. And he also, over time, he had to deal with the passing of his wife. And after that, no one to help him, and he reportedly became he had a lot of anxiety, which is understandable. He had like tremors, shaky. He's old. He's getting up there, and he had trouble inserting his own contacts. So, what did he do? He hired a Chinese stripper. No, he did not. Sorry to report that he did not do the obvious answer there. He actually thought, hey, I'm going to go Tony Stark on this bitch and create my little own Iron Man eye robot thing. So, what he did, to assist him with this task, he created the Cleara lens robot. Is that Cleara? Yeah, that's Cleara. That's actually an acronym. It's Contact Lens Insertion and Removal Apparatus. What a nerd. So this thing uses suction cups and the machine uses measurements, with the machine computers and all that crap. It actually measures the right amount of force to put behind the suction cup, and I can't believe I keep saying that, but I can. That sounds so scary. To put your eye next to a robot and have it suck on your eye. Yeah, I know it's not sucking on your eye, it's putting a contact lens on and removing it, but that's scary as fuck. I would never do that. I would never do that. I have a hard enough time with contact lenses as it is, let alone to let a robot suck my eye hole. The user, this is how you use it. The user looks straight down as the device moves up to your eye. Oh my god. I'm getting squeamish just reading that. The person manually controls the machine to go, and then after that, everything is controlled by the Cleara machine. That's such a weird name. So, if you're putting the contact in your left eye, your right eye will be used to focus on a display tracking the motion of the contact lens. Oh my god. You have to keep your eye. So, oof. I'm getting chills reading that. That's so. My eyes are very. I'm very squeamish with my eyes, so this is hard to read. Luckily, this guy, this maniac with his eye sucking robot, is still awaiting approval by the FDA. But he does hope that it will reach commercial availability by next year. That's a very lofty goal for a guy wanting to suck people's eyes. And yeah, I think that's the best kind of news to end this kind of thing off with. Florida man sucking eyes. Thank you for listening to the Midnight Mashup with yours truly, Marshall. And yes, we are sipping coffee at 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, whatever time it is round for you. Could be in the middle of the day, but for me, it's always midnight. Thank you for listening, and have a nice rest of whatever time day it is.